Hey everybody. So I want to quickly talk about Claude Giroux a little bit here because I think he is an extremely underrated player and one of the best players in the league. But I've seen a lot, and a lot of this is coming from Flyers fans on Twitter and Facebook, and just looking at some of the things that they're saying. And it's not a lot of Flyers fans, but there are some people who really are making themselves look like idiots. And I've seen a lot of these people just absolutely trashing Claude Giroux like it's somehow his fault that the Flyers are in the situation that they're in. I've seen so many stupid things like people calling for the Flyers to trade him, telling them to strip him of the C, he shouldn't be the captain, saying that he's overrated, and they could not be more wrong about Claude Giroux. This guy is the Flyers' best player by far, and not only is he not even close to one of the bigger problems in Philadelphia, he's not a problem at all. He's actually one of the few things that Philadelphia has going well for them. Philadelphia's problem is their goaltending, number one, which has been absolute trash. And it's been trash for the last 20 years. They have not had a franchise goaltender in over 20 years. That's their big problem, is their inability to find consistent goaltending. Their defense is also a problem. They have a lot of young defensemen who are not ready to carry the workload that they're being asked to carry yet. Claude Giroux is not even close to a problem for the Philadelphia Flyers. In fact, Claude Giroux this season has put the Flyers on his back and are the only reason that they're even, still winning any games. Look at Giroux spent his entire career in Philadelphia. He's 30 years old now. Look at what he's done in his career. This guy is one of the most underrated players in the NHL. This season, in 36 games, Claude Giroux has 13 goals, 31 assists for 44 points, well over a point per game this season. Last season, Giroux was a 100-point player. A 100-point player. How are you complaining about a 100-point player last season? 82 games, he had 34 goals, 68 freaking assists for 102 points. And these morons, Flyers fans on Twitter, are complaining about Giroux. He put the team on his back. He's almost a point-per-game player in his career. 774 career games, all with the Flyers. 227 goals, 494 assists. He'll get to 500 career assists within probably the next couple of weeks. 721 career points in 774 career games. Almost a point-per-game player for his career, including the games when he first broke into the league and wasn't a superstar yet. This guy has done everything he possibly could for the Philadelphia Flyers. Yes, he had a bad season in 2016-17. He only had 58 points. That was by far his worst season in the NHL. He hasn't had any other years like that. What did he do in 17-18, the year after, to bounce back from that? 102 freaking points. He's got 44 points in 36 games this year. I don't know what that paces out to be over an 82-game season, but he's probably going to be damn close to 100 points again. At least 90 if he doesn't get to 100. What more do you want from this guy? I don't understand how people are hating on Claude Giroux. He is far, far from a problem for the Philadelphia Flyers. In fact, I think he's the exact opposite. He is carrying this team. Philly's got way bigger problems than Claude Giroux, and he should not be stripped of the captaincy. He should not be traded. He is your team in a way at this point. I mean, if you look at issues in Philadelphia, goaltending, defense, underperforming other players, young players not developing fast enough, there's your problems in Philadelphia. Not Claude Giroux. And I just don't get how it seems like every day that there's a Flyers game, I go on Twitter and there are Flyers fans shitting on Claude Giroux. It makes zero sense to me. Because in fact, I think Claude Giroux is one of the most underrated players in the league. The kid is, I mean, he's not even a kid anymore. He's 30 now, but the guy is absolutely phenomenal. He's a great setup man. He can score goals as well. I mean, I don't know what more Flyers fans want from him. I mean, you cannot single-handedly win games in the NHL. Is there any greater example of that than Connor McDavid last season, who won the Art Ross again for most points in the league, and the Oilers weren't even remotely close to a playoff spot last year. You can't win with one player in the NHL, and it is not Claude Giroux's fault that the Flyers are where they are in the standings. He is doing everything he personally can to help this team win. 44 points in 36 games, 102 points in 82 games. What more do you want from him? 120 points? I mean, Jesus, nobody does that. We might see someone get to 120 this year, maybe. But, I mean, God, you're expecting 120 points from Claude Giroux? I mean, 102 is damn well enough for me, and would be if I were a Flyers fan. This guy's not the problem. There are many other problems, much bigger problems in Philly than Claude Giroux. So I do not understand the complaining about him. And I just felt like I needed to come on here and defend him because he's done everything he possibly can for this team. He's a tremendous top-tier NHL elite player who really doesn't get treated as such, even though he is. One of only 3 players last season to score 100 points, yet when you hear people talking about superstars of the NHL, Giroux's usually one of the last guys brought up. He's extremely underrated. He might get to 100 points again this season. And these people are going to complain about him? Come on. That is garbage. This guy's not the problem. There are many other problems in Philadelphia. Claude Giroux is not one of them. So, with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. Check out offthewallhockey.com. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.